Welcome back to Let's Play Darkest Dungeon. I'm your host, Timepants, and today we are going to be mixing things up a bit. As promised, we're going to send out a new party of Pippin, Quit While Ahead, Hote, and Ventrapont. And let's just quickly get going, and I'll show you the plans once we are in the dungeon. We are going to be building up a healthy food supply here, again, just to kind of tick the stress off of some characters that need it. However, we are going to need to skimp just a little bit. Our gold supply, we were up at around 250,000 not so long ago, but things have changed. So we're going to skimp a little bit. This is what a little bit looks like. But I am hoping to fight any shamblers that come along, and if we do, we're going to want this this healthy supply of anti-venom and bandages. So let's get going. So I should quickly get started talking about the what I've discovered about getting ancestral trinkets. It was not quite what I thought. It wasn't quite what I thought, and it's going to it's going to cause me to revise my strategy a little bit. Anyway, I'll touch on that more later. But yeah, we're going heavy damage here with Pippin, Quit While Ahead, Hote, which is going to be our first grave robber in a while, and Ventrapont. Now, this is an unusual combination, and it was born more of necessity, really, than it just being a good idea. Unfortunately, she has like minus 15 accuracy, so we're going to try and negate that with the focus ring here, because I do want her to be a stunner, since we don't really have a whole lot of like single target control, with the exception of the front row here. So anyway, let's go ahead and camp, and I will I'll take this opportunity. I didn't need this. Okay, I'll take this opportunity to talk about what I learned. Yeah, what I learned about our our chances of getting an ancestral trinket. It turns out that I was completely off base, and you actually get like your first 4 or 5 ancestral trinkets. I like this. Okay, you actually get your next your first 4 or 5 ancestral trinkets come from shamblers. Shit, I should have taken these off. This is not good. Well, this will be a fun way to start. Fortunately, he's not affected. So yeah, your first 4 or 5 ancestral trinkets come from fighting shamblers. And after that, you get your ancestral trinkets just from random battles, which is a little bit unusual, since, I mean, that's not really, I guess, what I expected. I mean, it's not terrible. It's going to make things... Oh my god. Well, that's not good. I mean, it's going to make things easier overall, just because, you know, we don't have to get into those big, nasty throwdown fights with shamblers in order to... Gosh, I almost want to camp again. But let's move on. Yeah, it means that we don't have to get into those big, nasty throwdowns with shamblers in order to... Fuck me. In order to get those trinkets. But, by the same token... No, I didn't want that. But by the same token, it means that we don't have a reliable source for them, which is pretty annoying. So we'll kind of have to take a wait and see sort of approach. Shit. yeah, a wait and see sort of approach to how yeah, how many of those we're realistically going to be able to get. I I will admit I'm pretty disappointed with yeah, with that information, finding out that you can only get those those later trinkets from a yeah, that you can only get those later trinkets from random encounters, because I mean, that could mean that you go a very, very long time without actually encountering one of those, and that really sucks. I don't think this is going to be too bad. So, one thing that has been talked about extensively, but I'm still going to touch on and pretend was my idea all along, is that, yeah, there are, yeah, the mechanics as metaphor in this game are incredible. I really think it's one of the great strengths of Darkest Dungeon, that they have this stress meter, right? Your stressometer, and just the way that it works. You know, when you get an enemy kill, you get some stress relief, right? When you get a crit, you get some stress relief. And it sort of mirrors what you as a player experience, right? Like, when you get a kill and you kind of seize some control over the battle, you feel, shit, yeah, I was worried about that. You feel, yeah, stress, you're stress relieved. Conversely, when you get critted like this, oh my god, it is a major stressor. You do start feeling this stress begin to mount, and some concern about whether or not your party is going to pull through. It's really, really good design. And I know it's been said repeatedly, but I'm still really impressed by it every single time. Yeah, every single time we go into a dungeon and things go horribly wrong, I mean, I feel it. There's some tension there that is very quantifiable, as well as, something that's just felt deep in the player's gut. I love that. That's really, really cool. And yeah, there's other examples of this in other games. Like, for instance, I mean, even something like, ooh, this could be good. We could lose rabies. We could lose syphilis. Honestly, I'll take my chances. Yeah, you can see this in other games as well. Ones that you... Right, we don't have a torch. Ones that you might not even expect. Something like Ultimate Street Fighter 4. One of my favorite games. Definitely has this sort of, if not mechanics as metaphor, at the very least, mechanics as storytelling. Of course we have to go this way. Like, for instance, okay, take like Ken and Ryu. It's pretty, you would think, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. These are two characters that are virtually identical to one another. But, gosh, we gotta kill these guys fast. But, despite being so superficially similar, you can really learn a lot about the characters just by how they function mechanically. For instance, Ryu's combos are very damaging, but they're also quite simple and straightforward. Whereas Ken's, I mean, they are flashier, sort of, by design, but they are also, take like the Hurricane Kick. Ryu's Hurricane Kick knocks down, and yeah, and Ken's leaves the opponent standing, allowing for him to attempt to follow up with a mix-up. And yeah, this sort of reflects the difference in the two characters' mentalities, right? Or take, something, maybe that's an easy one. Take like Adon and Sagat. For the uninitiated, Adon started as Sagat's student. He's a Muay Thai fighter. He started as Sagat's student, and then after Sagat lost to Ryu in the first Street Fighter tournament, then he kind of went crazy and wanted to usurp the master's throne, basically, to sort of discredit him, to beat his master at his own game. This is appalling. And so he sort of trained and tried to, he trained and with the express purpose of trying to beat his former master. And so, Sagat's fighting style is very centered around the use of projectiles to zone out his opponent. And an enormous amount of Adon's skills, his specials, are very much designed to sort of go around or bypass fireballs. So again, you sort of see this mechanics as storytelling. Take two superficially similar characters, like, I think we can drop this, like Dudley and M. Bison. Or sorry, Dudley and Balrog. Sorry, I've been living here too long. I'm using the Japanese names. But take those two characters, for instance. Like, all of I guess we just eat. Like, all of Balrog's moves are charge moves, right? Like, he holds down back and charges up his swings. But he also has like a similar kind of charge move where he holds down a single button and charges up his move that way, and fires it off by releasing the button. And I think we can skip this. Go back this way. All right. Did I walk past? Did I walk past that scroll? Okay. So, right. He charges up his charges up his moves by holding down a button, or holding back on the stick, right? And this kind of shows that he's the sort of boxer who really, saves up for that one big brutal punch that wins him the fight, right? And likewise, all of his moves are designed to push the opponent farther and farther and farther into the corner. This bullying fighting style, right? Which sort of earned him his nickname as the charging buffalo, right, or the angry buffalo. Meanwhile, Dudley, all of his moves are motion moves, and this kind of illustrates his the elegance and sort of deftness of his own fighting style. He's not trying to like bully and rush and beat down his opponent. He's trying to outwit them with his dexterity and finesse. That sort of thing's really cool, and it's something that games are able to that games are able to show, and I guess we'll do this for her. It's something that games are able to illustrate better than other forms of media, other mediums. That's not to say like games are the best, the best storytelling mediums, like the best storytelling medium. I don't mean to suggest that, but it does let you sort of interact with the story. God damn it. Interact with the story and experience the story and characters in a way that's very unique and interesting. I don't know what to tell you, Ventrapont. You're just fucking Typhoid Mary. Let's see. Any chance? 82%? Let's go for it. Finally, man, like, I honestly should have just packed her with that map. I was under the impression that we would be able to get around that terrible accuracy penalty with trinkets, and I was very foolish. Clearly, I did not know what I was doing at all, because we have definitely had to deal with it. That's for damn sure. Let's try you. I think I was under the impression that that her Shadow Fade was better stun than that. Let's see. 3 damage around for 2 rounds. Duelist Advance is interesting because it will put her back in range for another lunge, but I think we just go with this. It's a guaranteed kill, and we don't want anybody else to be taking disease. Well, this isn't terrible. This is a mobile party, but I don't feel like I'm really using its mobility to the fullest advantage. And, I mean, I can straight up say why I think that. It's because I'm not. Wow, really great revelation there, Timepants. You some really hard-hitting Madden-esque analysis there. But seriously, like, what I could be doing is using Duelist Advance on his second turn in order to, yeah, get the Grave Robber back into this third rank here where she can use her lunge. And that would be ideal. That would be the best way to do it for sure. But by the same token, I mean, you know, minus 20 damage on melee skills, and his accuracy on melee is, I think, pretty garbage. Yeah, it's gonna be minus 8 of whatever base is, so that would be like, yeah, 87. That's not great. We don't have to go this way, so let's don't. And instead, we will burn a shovel. I think that's fine. Honestly, I think I really underrated scouting when I first started playing this game. I really do think that. But, I mean, when you think about it, you get treasure. I nearly walked on that. You get treasure for beating enemies, but you don't get, you don't get experience or anything like that. So there's not a huge incentive to rush headlong into fights that you really don't need to. This is hopefully, I was gonna say a crit. Fuck. Yeah, I think we just try and stun this thing. Damn it. This is not good. Yeah, this is not good. I mean, we just have to try and kill this thing, but I am not sure how likely that is. Let's see, slice off. We need something, man. This crunching backhand is going to put it into position, which is fine, but we have to get the kill now. Like, it's the start of a new round. We need to fire before this thing's allowed to charge, or we are in for a world of hurt. Okay. If we stack the bleed, it's dead. Okay. Wonderful. Then, in that case, like, should I risk it? I think I'm gonna do it, because sometimes there's fractional HP that I haven't accounted for. Maybe that was foolish. Maybe I didn't need to worry about it, but, could you imagine if we got charged down because I just assumed everything would be okay? Yeah, I think that's the right play. Alright. I'm actually worried a little bit about our food supply here. I mean, I don't foresee it being a huge sore spot for us, but it is certainly something that we need to consider. Yeah, battle here. Screw it, we don't need it. And this is it. So I say go up here, around, and then down, and check this out. Now, the one thing that Yeah, the one thing that I learned about, actually, yeah, one other thing, sorry, that I learned about getting ancestral trinkets. Yeah, you can also apparently buy them on the trinket wagon. Shit. Alright, well, once we clear this out, we can leave after the next hunger event. Yeah, you can buy them on the trinket wagon, and you can find them randomly in treasures like this, which is really cool. So, I mean, we do need to maximize our potential, or our possibilities of finding one. I think we want to kill this, because that disease is something we would have to carry out of the dungeon with us. Of course, the stress is also, but you can't have everything, so we just kind of had to pick and choose which one we would have to suffer through. But fortunately, we won't have to for much longer, and if we can get a stun here, we're actually... Never mind. It's okay. Never mind. Forget what I want, you know. We'll just play it the way the game wants it. That's fine. Alright. Pick to the face, and we are done. So, wonderful. Let's loot the rest of the dungeon here. Yeah, that's gotta go. I'm dumb. Alright, that's good. Yeah, we'll just take what we can carry here. I think this should be fine. It's trapped. It's no big deal. Alright, so yeah, check this, check here, and then we go. I don't think we fight any more battles than we really need to. If we can keep this short, that is fine by me. Honestly, I've been making some pretty long videos, and this one's already approaching 22 minutes. So, oh man, we see it here, but we can't do anything. And shit. Kind of the last person that I wanted to get stressed. Our Vestals have been through the ringer the past... Oh, god damn it. I mean... I think we go. We've had so many hunger events, I think we just go. Alright, well, kind of anticlimactic, but a nice, successful run, long run. That means lots of experience for us, and yeah, wonderful. We are going to be taking our bounty hunter out next time because we don't want him to get out-leveled here. He needs to go up with the rest of these guys, or else he's going to be left behind, and it'll be a pain raising another group of characters to level with him. So, wonderful. This was a nice mission. Thank you for listening to me talk about Street Fighter for some reason. I didn't even get to Akuma and Goken. Oh my god. But yeah, anyway, sorry that you had to suffer through that. Thank you though, if you did. And if you didn't, fuck you. And you can't do anything about it because you didn't stay this long in the video. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.